morning students. So we have started the C++ programming, that is of unit 3. So first the last video we have learnt up to how to the base history of C++, and then we have learnt about the tokens in C++. So what are all the tokens in C++? So what are all the tokens in C++? First one, keywords. Second one, identifier. Third one, literals, punctuators, and then operators. So we have learnt about this 3-4. So what do you mean by keywords? So these are all the words that has been prescribed when the programming software has been built. So that words will be used for that particular purpose only. And then identifier or variables. So how we can name the variable and what are all the rules for framing a variable. So what are all the rules? It should start with the alphabet and underscore, and it must be unique, and it should not have any special characters, and it should not have any keywords. And next, literals. There are 3 types of constant: numerical constant, string constant, and boolean constant. And then while giving a constant, you should not have a space or a comma in the value. And then punctuators. So these are all the symbols. So for denoting a set of block or denoting the condition, and for some particular purpose, for you will be using this for termination. So semicolon, colon, curly brace, these are called the punctuators. And then last one is the operators. So up to this we have seen in the last video. So now we are going to see about the operators. So I have given an introduction about what is an operator in the last video. So what is an operator? So it is a operator which performs the operation on the operands. Operands means the values we are given. Okay. So let us see what are all the operators available in C++ programming. So first one, arithmetic operator, and the second one, relational operator, and the third one, logical operator, and the fourth one, assignment operator, ternary operator, or conditional operator. So these are all the operators in C++. It is arithmetic, relational, logical, assignment, ternary, increment or decrement, so these are all the operators in C++. So while maximum when we are writing a program, these operators will be come acrossing these operators. Okay. So arithmetic means as per its name it is used for the arithmetic operations. Okay. So what are all the arithmetic operations we will be performing? So addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and then another one you will be having here is the modulo. So if addition means division means if suppose 4 divided by 2, what is the quotient and what is the remainder? Now if you are dividing the 4 by 2, then what will be the quotient and what will be the remainder? So 2 will be the quotient and remainder will be 0. So maximum we used to say when we divide a number we used to say the quotient only. We will not be bothered about the remainder. Suppose if you are having only, we will be specifying that. Maximum we will divide and we will be having the quotient in integer or in float. So 4 divided by 2 means 2. So if you want to have this remainder, we will be using the symbol 4 modulo 2. This is called the modulo operator, modulo. Okay. Modulo operator, that is the percentage symbol. Percentage symbol. So what are all the arithmetic operators? Plus, minus, star, slash, and percentage. Okay. So plus addition, minus subtraction, multiplication, division, and the modulo. So in modulo means it will give the remainder. So if I am having, let me give you an example. suppose a plus b, a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 5. So what will be the value of a plus b? It will be 15. What will be the value of a minus b? What will be the value of a minus b? 5. A star b, 50. A slash b, that is 10 is divided by 5, 2. Okay, suppose I am having a mod b, what will be the value? Okay, so these are all the arithmetic operators I have said. So a plus b, if a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 5, and I am having a plus b means what will be the value? 15, 5, 50, 2 you know. So if I am giving a percentage b, that is the modulo symbol, then what will be the value for me? 10 when means it will give the remainder. When 10 is divided by 5, 5 2s are 10 and I am not having any remainder. So the remainder will be 0. Suppose I am having b is equal to 6. Okay, a is equal to 10, b is equal to 6. Then what will be my values? A plus b 16, a minus b 4, a star b 60, a divided by b. When 10 is divided by 6, what will be the value? How many times is 6 in 10? One time only. Okay. 6 ones are 6, 6 twos are 12, 12 illa, 10 varik da irukku. So when 10 is divided by 6, we will be having the quotient as 1. Then what will be the remainder? When 10 is divided by 6, the remainder is 4. Okay, so this gives the quotient and this symbol gives the remainder. Okay, so these are all the arithmetic operators. So we will be using these arithmetic operators for this purpose. And next we are coming across the relational. So what are all the relational? So we use relational operators for, that is, this means it will just do the value and give the value. Relational means we will be having a true or false. So either it is, what is the relation between, whether it is greater than or less than or equal to or greater than or equal to, not equal to. So these are all the relations. So it will not be, it will be giving us the either true or false value. According to that, we will be giving our statements. Okay. So what are all the relational operators are? Less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater or equal to and not equal to. For that we will be using exclamation mark and equal to sign. So for not equal to, you will be using exclamation mark and the equal to sign. So see, these are all the relational. We can say it as the relational operator. Okay. So less than, greater than, less than, greater. So here see, if I am having a equal to 10 and b is equal to 5 and c is equal to 10. Suppose I am having 3 variables with these values. Okay. So a has the value 10. B has the value 5 and C has the value 10. Okay, I am having 3 variables. Let me check. So A less than B, A greater than B. Is the condition true? A greater than B. A has 10 greater than B has 5. 10 greater than 5. Condition true. Okay. So it will give us, the result will be as true or false. That is the Boolean value only it will give us. It will just find the relation between them. Okay. So that why it is called as relational operators. Okay. So A greater than B and 10 greater than 5. And next we will be having B less than C, true. Okay. B greater than C, no, it's false. So B has 5, so it has 10, so condition false. So you know for what purpose we will be using less than and greater than. So now we are having less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. So what do you mean by this? So suppose less than or equal to means I am having A greater than B, I can say it is true, it is correct. I cannot say A greater than or equal to B. Okay. Greater than or equal to, note the name, greater than or equal to. Okay. Either it must be greater or it must be equal to. So here I can have A greater than or equal to C and A less than or equal to C. In this A, what is the value of A? A has the value 10. A is equal to 10. What is the value of C? C is also having 10. So A is greater than, say whether I can say A is greater than 10. A is greater than 10, no, condition is false. But greater than or equal to, either equal to is here, so A is equal to C, condition true. So either it must be greater or it must be equal to. Okay, இப்போ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் வாங்குறீங்கன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. இப்போ நீங்கள் வந்து 75 மார்க் வாங்கினா 74 வாங்கினா ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் கிடையாது. 75 or above, 75 வாங்கினாலும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் தான், 76 வாங்கினாலும் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கிளாஸ் தான். 35 வாங்கினா பாஸ், அப்படி தானே? 34 வாங்கினா ஃபெயில். So 35 means you get the pass mark. 36 above 36, 36, 37, 80, 90, 100, whatever it is, you are passed. So the same thing. So it would, for that purpose only we will be checking whether it is greater than or equal to. அந்த மார்க்காக இருந்தாலும் சரி, அதை விட கூட இருந்தாலும் சரி. So for that purpose we will be using greater than or equal to. So it will check whether either any of the condition, whether it is greater or equal to. Any one condition is true, the value is, will give the value as true. The same thing is for less than or equal to. இங்கேயும் A க்கு என்ன வேல்யூ இருக்குது? We are having 10 and C are having as 10. Less than பார்த்தா false, equal to பார்த்தா true. ஸோ அதனால் condition true. A less than C ரெண்டுமே ஈக்குவல் வேல்யூ தான் இருக்குது, less than சொல்ல முடியாது, அப்போ condition false. Equal to பார்த்தா condition true. Okay, so but the what will be the output for me? The output for me will be true. ஏதாவது ஒரு condition true இருந்தால் போதும். So that for that purpose only we will be using less than or equal to and greater than or equal to. Next we are having equal to. So equal to means A equal to 10, condition true, and not equal to means A not equal to B. Correct? இங்கேயும் condition என்னதான்? True, because A is equal to 10, B is equal to 5. அப்போ A not equal to B நம்மளால சொல்லலாம். So இது for this relational operators will be giving the boolean value, either it will give true or it will give false. So next, logical operators. So what are all the logical operators? So logical operators are and, or and not, and, or, not. So these are all the basic 3 logical operators. So in chapter 2 in Boolean algebra you have learned about the gate itself for this and or not gate system neenga padichiteenga. So here we call it as the logical operator. For this we are using we will be using the symbols. For and we will be using ampersand. What is the symbol we are using for and? That is ampersand symbol. So for and we will be using ampersand, double ampersand, and for or we will be using the pipe symbol. So I think this pipe symbol you have not come across, in the keyboard it is available. I think it is in above the number 1 or 2 it will be there. So pipe symbol, okay, and then not. For not we will be using the exclamatory. Okay, so here for not equal to you will be using less than or greater than, sorry, and here we will be using the exclamatory mark, I think so. Okay, so here and, or, and, not. So these are all the 3 logical operators. So see, for and you will be using ampersand, and for or we will be using the pipe symbol, and for not we will be using the exclamation mark. Okay, so here and means both. This also gives the boolean value, either true or false. So and means both the values must be true, and or means either one value can be true, and not means it is not true. True means false, false means true. Okay, suppose if I am checking A is equal to 5, B is equal to 6, C is equal to 7, A greater than B and A greater than C. I am having the value A as 5 and having B as 6 and C as 7. Suppose I am going to find the greatest of these 3, which one is the greater, and I am going to check. First I am using the relational operator. A greater than B, is the condition true? No, false. And okay, and A greater than C, here also false. So if I want to check more than one condition, or if I want to check 2 conditions or to be true or false, I can use this and operator. Okay, so if I am having here C greater than A and C greater than B. So now check what will be the answer. C, what is the value of C? 7. What is the value of A? 5. So 7 greater than 5. Condition So now we are going to check 7 greater than 5, condition true, and 7 greater than 6, condition true. So true and true means we will be having true. So that is the next part. So if I am having C greater than A and C greater than B, then C is the greatest one, isn't no? So for this purpose, we will be using the AND operator, and similarly for OR operator also, it will be having 2 pipe symbol. So I can say whether B is greater than if I am having C greater than A, I have checked, and next I am saying if C greater than B or C greater than D is equal to 2. So again, C greater than D means like this also I can check. Okay, so C greater than A, I have confirmed the first statement, and the second I am having C greater than B or C greater than D. So if anything one is the greatest one, I can say C is greater than A and B, okay, or A and D. So similarly we can check for AND operator and OR operator. So AND operator and OR operator are used for this, and not equal to means it will give true means false and false means true. So these 3 are the logical operators. And next we are having assignment. So assignment means nothing but plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, and modulo. So here it's similar to the arithmetic, but we will be having the equal to sign with it. Okay. So if I am having, if I want to write A is equal to A plus 5, instead I can write as A plus equal to 5. Okay. A is equal to A plus 5. And suppose I am having at the starting my A, B 3. Then for this statement I will have the value as A. It will first I am having A. So A is equal to 3 plus 5 is equal to 8. Isn't no? So the same thing is performed with this statement, which implies A is equal to A plus 5, which is equal to 8. Okay. So instead of writing this, we can use the assignment operator like this. A is equal to A plus 5 means A plus equal to 5 we can write. The same thing we can use A minus equal to 5, which implies A is equal to A minus 5. Similarly, we can use all the operators we have given there. A star is equal to 5 means A is equal to A star 5. A slash equal to 5 means A is equal to A slash 5. Similarly, the modulo symbol. So the assignment operator can be used like this, which means A plus equal to 5 means A is equal to A plus 5. Okay. So with whatever operator we are using, it will come, that is next one. So star minus star plus what operator we are giving, it will be performed on the right hand side. This one is the assignment operator. And next we are having is the ternary operator. Okay. So usually we use the operators as unary operator, binary operator, and ternary operator. So unary means minus A minus B, which acts on only one operand. So first starting itself I have said A and B are operands I have said. So plus is the operator I have said. So this operator acts on 2 values A and D. So this is the binary operator. Most probably the operators we have come across till now will come under the category binary operator, because it acts on 2 values. So it is binary. So unary means it acts on only one value. So minus A, minus C, like this we can have. This minus acts on only one operand or one value. So it is called unary. So next we are having ternary operator. Okay. So we can have ternary operator, or we say it as a conditional operator also. Okay, here we will be having 2 operator, question mark and colon. Question mark and colon. This one is called as the conditional operator or ternary. Okay, so first we will give the condition, and then we will be checking that whether true means one part and false means another part. This one is the question mark colon. This is called the ternary operator or the conditional operator. First it will check the condition. If the condition is true, it will go to this statement, and if the condition is false, it will go to the next statements. Okay. And the next, so what is the operator? Question mark and colon. And next we are going to see the increment and decrement operator. So what do you mean by increment and decrement? Suppose I am having a variable and then I want to make the variable each time it must be incremented by 1. So in the chapter 8 we have learnt about the recursion. No? In recursion we have come across for set of statements a loop we have learnt. So it will be the variant we have learnt, it will move on. Okay, it will change its value. Is it no? So while changing its value, how it should be whether the value should be incremented, increased, or it should be decremented, or it should be decreased. So there is plus plus and minus minus. This one is the increment operator and this one is the decrement operator. Okay. So plus plus means I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. Okay, that is the one. Plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. This is the meaning for this statement. Similarly, I minus minus means I is equal to I minus 1. This one is the meaning of that I minus minus. So plus plus means incremented by 1, minus minus means decremented by 1 we used to say. So here I have used the operator after the variable, that is post. Okay, post increment and post decrement. Similarly, we can use this operator as plus plus I and minus minus I. This is called the pre-increment or pre-decrement. So this one is called the post increment or post decrement. Okay. So if I am giving the operator after the variable, it is called pre-increment and post increment and post decrement. And if you am giving the operator before the variable, it is called pre-increment or pre-decrement operator. Okay. What is the difference between this? So where will the difference is, suppose I am having I is equal to 5 means if I am giving plus plus 5, then 5 plus 1 is equal to, plus plus I means I plus 1 equal to I. That is, it will add the value and then only it will store in the I. Okay. Suppose I am having I plus plus means I is equal to I plus 1. First, it will have the value 5 with I. இந்த ஐயில் அந்த 5 ஸ்டோர் பண்ண அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் அதை கால்குலேட் பண்ணி ஸ்டோர் பண்ணும். ஃபஸ்ட்டு ஐயில் 5 இருக்கும், அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் 1 அதோட ஆட் ஆகும். இங்கே வந்து ஆட் ஆகி தான் ஐயில் ஸ்டோர் ஆகும். ஓகே. when we are learning about the programming, we will learn about this. At that time it will be very clear for you. Okay. So plus plus I means pre-increment and this is post-increment. So what is the meaning for this? I plus 1 equal to I, and here I is equal to I plus 1. When we are coming across the programming concept, it will be very clear for you. And similarly the same thing for the decrement, post-increment and the pre-decrement. Okay. So these so today we have learnt about the operators. So what are all the operators? Arithmetic operator, relational operator, logical operator, assignment operator, ternary or conditional, and then the increment and decrement operator. So other than these also we have some special operators. So we will be using for class, inheritance, polymorphism, like that. So that is also given in your book. Okay. So you will be having one hyphen and this, like this will be having. So this is one size of operator we are having. So this is we call it as other some special operators is also available for you. When you are coming across that particular chapter, we will discuss about that. Okay. And the last one, what is the precedence of this operator? So we have learnt about all the operators. What is the precedence? What do you mean by precedence of operator? What is the hierarchy? Hierarchy means in which order. If you are having in a particular statement, if you are having many operators, which operator will be executed first, and then which operator, and then the next which one. So that is called the precedence of operator. Okay. இப்போ ஒரு ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட்ல நிறைய ஆபரேட்டர் இருக்குன்னு வச்சுக்கோங்க. அந்த ஆபரேட்டர் அப்போ எந்த ஆபரேட்டரை ஃபஸ்ட்டு எக்ஸிக்யூட் பண்ணணும்னு சிஸ்டம்க்கு தெரியணும் இல்லையா? ஸோ அதை தான் நம்ம வந்து precedence of operator or hierarchyன்னு சொல்லுவோம். So here first you will be having the open bracket, close bracket, this one, and then the square bracket like this. What you are having in the bracket, this one will be the first one, and then you will be having the other arithmetic operators. Okay, so plus, minus, and then you will be having the other precedence. So and then you will be having plus plus, comma, minus minus, and then star, percentage, modulo, plus minus, and then come less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, not equal to, and then only come and operator, or operator, conditional operator, equal to, and then all assignment, plus equal to, minus equal to, star equal to, slash equal to, and then the comma. So this one is the precedence of the operator. Okay, so first you will be having the open bracket, and then the this one is the first one, and second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then 11. Okay, so if in your statement you are having all these operator means how it will perform, which operator will be get. So first this one, so we will come across when you are coming into the programming concept. So idu varaikku in the operators ella ipo nama paathutom. So in these operators, which one? Plus plus will be the increment. Suppose I am having A is equal to 10, B is equal to 7, and C is equal to 5. If I am having A greater than B plus plus and C greater than B minus minus. Suppose I am having a statement like this. Let me consider. In this, first which operator I am having greater than, and I am having here greater than, and here I am having and symbol, here I am having increment, here I am having decrement. So I am having more than one operator here. So first which one will be calculated? So plus plus and minus only first will be calculated, and then comes the greater than or less than, and then only comes the and operator. Okay, so in this order only this statement will be executed. Clear? So this is called the precedence of operator. So which operator has to calculated first and which operator has to be calculated second. So in a particular statement, if you are having more than one operator means which operator has to be calculated first. This is the precedence. So this is given in your book in a tabular column. So this one, from this only it will higher to lower. Clear? So today we have learnt about the operators. What are all the types of operators, and we have learned the precedence of operator. I think you are very clear about this, students. Thank you.